So wow, we are going to Bahrain, the first race of the season, the Kingdom of Bahrain. Before I talk much about Bahrain, let me tell you about the circuit itself. Bahrain International Circuit hosted its first Grand Prix in 2004. Track length 5.412 kilometers, 15 corners, lap record 1 minute 31 seconds 447. Pirelli data on tires, the traction braking 4/5. That is a high braking circuit. Lateral 3/5. Tire stress mild 3/5. Not much tire used there. Asphalt grip 3/5. Asphalt abrasion, wow, 5/5. That is huge. Huge grip, huge wear. Downforce 3/5. Tire compounds to be used. From what we are seeing from Pirelli, C1, C2, C3. C1 the hard compound, C2 the medium compound, and C3 the soft compound. And this will be based on tracks. So on some tracks, the C1 might be C2 or C1 might be C3. It depends on tracks, depending on what they will be using. Thursday, FP1, Central African time, 12 p.m. and around 1 p.m. West African time. That is when the race will be. FP2 around 5 p.m. West African time or 6 p.m. West African time, depending on when it starts there. But we give you much more update because they are preparing for Ramadan. I think that is why it won't be a Sunday race like it has been. So also on Friday, the FP3 and the qualifying. On Saturday, the main race, 5 p.m. in Bahrain. The weather forecast looks great. 21 degrees all through the weekend, which shows that there will be good tire management. And for cars that cannot spike up their heat into their tire, then go suffer. But it looks great, 21 degrees. But the wind is high, so there will be a lot of tailwinds on some corners like turn 11 majorly. And I think turn 4, there might be tailwinds around there. So you watch out for that. Also during the qualifying, the practices, and the race through the weekend, you watch out for that. The current population of Bahrain is about 1.6 million as of May 14, 2023. They're not much, but that place is beautiful. That place is big. Yeah. It's the third smallest nation in Asia after Maldives and Singapore. The capital of Bahrain is Manama. Official language is Arabic. Loads of different ethnic groups. The Arabs, the Asians, the Africans. The Arabs are about 53%, the Asians 43%, the Africans 1.4%, not much. North Americans 1.1%. The Europeans 0.8%, and other ethnic groups. Islam is their major religion. They have the Islam, they have the Sunni Islam, Shia Islam. They have 14% of Christianity, 10% of Hinduism, Buddhist 3.1%. The Jews are 0.002%. They are Bahraini people. They use an Islamic parliamentary semi-constitutional monarchy, which means they have a king, and their king is Ahmad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The crown prince and the prime minister is Salma bin Ahmad Al Khalifa. It's a National Assembly legislature. Their GDP is high. They are very cool people. Beautiful island, beautiful place, wonderful community, and the architecture is perfect. Their currency is Bahraini dinar, and also cost of living there is so superb, wonderful. You want to know? Go check yourself. It's just too wonderful. The Kingdom of Bahrain is a beautiful place, lovely people, wonderful people. The coastal area is just out of this world. The archipelago of Bahrain is made up of 50 natural islands and additional 33 artificial islands centered on Bahraini Island, which makes up about 83% of the country landmass. So let's go to the race. Last year's race, that was the first race last year, and pole position Max Verstappen. He just set the time beautifully. It was a flying lap of 1 minute 29 seconds 7/10, followed by Sergio Perez 1/10 behind him, Charles Leclerc about 3/10 behind him, Carlos Sainz 5/10 behind him, Fernando Alonso 6/10 behind him, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, and Nico Hulkenberg all made up the top 10. And the beautiful race got Max Verstappen winning with over 11 seconds, with Sergio Perez coming second, Fernando Alonso third, Sainz fourth, Hamilton fifth, Stroll sixth, Russell seventh, Bottas eighth, Gasly ninth, Albon 10th. Now, it's a new season. Like I told you in our last video, there will be updates coming in, and those updates are going to be bananas. They are going to set a different pace for what we are going to see, and like I said, it's going to be a different race entirely. And I believe, like I said, Mercedes have not turned it up in the last 2 years. They've been on low engine mode. They're going to turn it up because they believe they have a good car with some little minute updates coming into the car. McLaren believes they are still far away because of where they think they are at the beginning of this season. They thought the upgrades they brought brought to the MCL 38 is not enough. That's what they said. Also, Alpine having a lot of load of downforce not on their side. Said they are going to suffer. We don't know yet. With the Ferrari saying they are right in a position in which they believe they should be. So it's going to be a 3-horse way points lockup in this race. And I believe the Mercedes are coming to the party. Ferrari is coming to the party. Red Bull is coming to the party. And also Aston Martin believes they are in a good space for themselves. They are coming to the party. So it's going to be a 8 attendance party majorly. From what I'm seeing, we're having 8 guys coming to party. So it's going to be hot. It's going to be frying. It's going to be great. It's going to be massive. And also, it's going to be good to see what the AS has been doing. For tire degradation, for all this team during the testing, they have great tire degradation. With the Red Bull believing they have greater tire degradation because all through, without them pushing hard, there was little or no degradation on their tire. And like I said, Mercedes could be forcing on high fuel load, trying to see how the deg will work. But there's no way you get into the race that you won't push hard or push harder and you get tire degradation. So there will be tire degradation, but not so high. But there will be 2 stops in the race to see how these teams can keep a balance of it. And certainly, I can tell you, it's going to be beautiful. And you can see other teams. Williams will also force its way to get some points in this first race. But I can't tell you this is how it is going to be now. Let's go out and watch the FP1, FP2, FP3 so that I can now tell you my predictions for Saturday race. And I tell you, this season will be a beautiful season. I want you not to miss it. Please don't miss this season. The 24 races this season is going to be bangers, rockets. We might get NASA involved because they will need to get us some high coolant to cool down the cars because it's going to be wonderful. Up until the FP1, FP2 analysis. I love you guys. Bye. Chi.